We're here at the Masbia Soup Kitchen in Brooklyn, New York. Here, chefs, assistants, and volunteers all work together to accomplish the goal of making delicious food for needy people. An impressive task, considering that the Masbia Soup Kitchen has been feeding the hungry for over 10 years and distributing 1.5 million meals a year. Even more impressive the fact that all the food is acquired from donations, coming anywhere from farmers markets to regular people. This food, however, isn't prepared for the needy, but the attendees of Masbia's first ever Chopped Hunger. Chopped Hunger is a two-part interactive charity event. The first part, guests will be able to experience what they are donating to by eating the food that is served for free to the less fortunate. Second, a competition inspired by the Food Network show Chopped between three talented Jewish cooks: Syrian expert Pupa Dweck, celebrity chef Levana Kirschenbaum, and food writer Leah Koenig. Here at the Lincoln Square Synagogue, our competitors will have 30 minutes to make a meal using these household ingredients, rudimentary cooking equipment, and our secret ingredient, rutabagas. We talked to the guests about why they think Masbia is so important. This is what they said.
And it's definitely surprising and definitely inspiring every time that you walk into Masbia while it's open and while, the hours that you see families, children, elderly people showing up and getting a nourishing meal in a upscale manner.
Masbia is a great organization, and the work they do is really so admirable. So whenever we can, we get involved.
Now the guests will try the food, like the heirloom tomato soup, which used overripe or skipped over tomatoes during peak tomato season. The pulled beef from Grow and Behold, who regularly donate meat and poultry to Masbia. Quiche, which utilizes the rarely in stock eggs to create a dignifying meal for dinner. And tilapia, the perfect protein that the Food Bank of New York City could donate that passes all the kosher provisions. The food looks great. Let's hear what the guests have to say about it.
I don't think anyone would have realized that this was the kind of food that people were eating in a soup kitchen if they weren't told. Ruben does a great job, and it's really commendable what they put out. I think everyone enjoyed it.
Thank you very much. It's a restaurant. People feel that it's
After finishing their food, the guests eagerly await the start of the competition. As the competitors prepare their meals, let's hear some words from Chef Ruben Diaz.
So all the food was good? All the food that was there was good? You feel good? You feel happy? Yeah, this is what everybody's feeling. Every day must be. Because we try to do the best.
Now, let's meet the judges. We have Liza Schoenfeld, food editor of The Forward, Schiffer Klein, the editor-in-chief of Joy of Kosher magazine, and Naftali Hanau, CEO of Grow and Behold.
2, 1.
Let's see what our competitors have made.
I steamed the tilapia in the water that was ready, and once it was steamed very lightly, I didn't want it to dry out. I immediately minced it with my hands, wearing a glove. I already had the rice in the boiling water, added the fish, added the apples, rutabaga, and let it all steam up with very little oil. Then I made a kimchi with the beautiful baby squash, some vinegar, and the mystery ingredient, and the apples to make sure everything was being used. Then the baby carrots caught my eye very early on, and I knew we were going to be friends, and I just had to have them.
You've always been a sucker for baby carrots.
Always. These are just magnificent. I love seasonal vegetables. I know we eat with our eyes. I was really looking to get all the senses satisfied. So I looked for sweet and sour and bitter and sugary, and of course umami, which is the kimchi. So I wanted to, and the crunch we eat with the sound and the textures. So I felt the sesame seeds would give us that little crunch, and the creaminess of the rice and the fish was going to make us feel like we were eating comfort food. So,
first, I always want to find a way to place my first love, my first culinary love, something Moroccan. So for me, stovetop cooking is fantastic. Whereas I think in America, they almost ignore their stovetop, and that's a very big shame. You can cook a turkey on stovetop. So thank you for not bringing a turkey tonight, but I have. I cook this with fresh tomatoes and black olives, and in a liquid. And when the liquid reduces, it's ready. The tilapia has a very low profile, so 5-10 minutes at the most should be ready. Then this sort of a risotto, I cooked it with cinnamon, white rice, apples, and the rutabaga, and that's it. Always with me, very, very, very short list of ingredients. And here was my gimmick. Because I knew that this was a longer cooking time, I was not afraid of putting it on top of the rice, and nothing happened to them. They're adorable. They are tiny baby carrots, all colors. And so I took them out first and put them on a side. And then these magnificent baby heirloom tomatoes and baby veggies, I cut them in half. I saute them in a tiny bit of onion, a little rosemary, and oil.
I started the tilapia. I wanted to also have a sort of sweet, salty, umami thing going on. So I just pan sauteed the tilapia with onion, and then I put in some of the orange juice for the sweet and acidic, and then some soy sauce. I think I threw a little sugar in there. I honestly can't remember, it was all at the last minute, but it's reduced down to sort of a sweet and savory sauce. And then the next thing I did was the mash of the rutabaga, apple, and some of the beautiful carrots. So that all got mashed together with cinnamon. I would normally use butter and serve it, with a fish meal, but we use margarine tonight. And mashed that not quite as well as I would at home, but it's rustic. And then the rice dish is just the boiled rice that I drained, and then I sauteed onions, the beautiful squash, and the cherry tomatoes, so they were all kind of caramelized. And I put some rosemary in there and some paprika, and mixed it all together, and then saved a little bit of the top for a garnish.
These all look delicious. Let's see what the judges have to say.
So we changed the rules. We actually want to focus first on the bonus category. They told us that there's a bonus points for the chef who used the least ingredients out of the pantry. So far and away, the winner in this category is Leah Koenig, because basically, besides a couple of sugar and flour, the only ingredients that came out of the pantry were the zucchini and the onions, basically. And that's a big accomplishment when you're talking about cooking with donated ingredients and what you have on hand and what's affordable. Sticking with that stuff is very, very important for the bottom line. So for that, Leah Koenig, you are the winner in that category.
And then in terms of presentation, all the food, as you see, looks so incredible. We chose Lavana as the winner presentation. Her plate was really vibrant and colorful and really spoke of the season. So that's why we chose her dish for that category. Congratulations.
For creativity, the prize goes to Pupa for the incredible use of the kimchi, making the kimchi out of rutabaga and just there were a lot of kind of incorporating the fish into the rice and adding the sesame seeds, and we just felt that was very, very creative.
And for taste, we have 3 winners, because there was no choosing between these 3 dishes. They were all really fantastic. Each one had different elements that were really incredible. I mean, I thought Leah's fish was fantastic, and Pupa's rice was really tremendous. And Lavana's vegetables were wonderful, but I know that the other judges can speak to all of their favorite tastes. There's no dish here that takes the cake.
I mean, we really wish everyone could taste the dishes, and it was a real privilege to be here today.
And just like that, the night is over. Although an event so entertaining and fulfilling sells itself, it wouldn't have been able to come to fruition without the help of MC Avi Levy and Alex Rappaport. Let's hear what they think about the event.
What really stood out to me was the cooperation of everybody together. You know, usually when you see these kind of chop type of events where it's this chef competing against this chef and, you know, somebody's got to be a winner and all like that. But to see the camaraderie and the fact that nobody cared. Everybody went and did their best as a chef, but nobody really cared if I won or I didn't win, because ultimately what they wanted to do was make Masbia the winner, and they all did. Everybody succeeded.
Help. Masbia needs help. We serve more than 1.5 million meals a year, and it doesn't happen by itself. Every day is still a challenge, and what we saw here today was a good shot in the arm that so many people care and want to come and help.